What's up, guys? So this is a new video. I just want to apologize for the last video on the exhaust installation. I have another GoPro Hero 5. I didn't work on the footage until I came back to San Antonio, so I accidentally ended up leaving it at my house in Brownwood, and didn't realize it. But I had undercarriage shots and like the whole installation process from under the car that I didn't get to include in the video. But anyways, we're sitting in McDonald's drive-thru right now. I'm trying to get breakfast. Actually, on the way home, I had smoke coming out from under my hood, and it smelled like burnt rubber. I didn't realize it was burnt rubber until I watched a few videos and ended up finding out the problem. Oh gosh. So, thank you. Anyways, smelled burnt rubber coming up from under my hood. Smoke started coming up. We were actually just about to head home. We pulled up at my girlfriend's house and I popped the hood. Smoke came out. Really scared me. Like, really scared me. I've never had that happen in my life. And whenever I was just driving around, listening to the exhaust, I smelt it. And I thought it was just like the packing grease or the oil that was already around the exhaust whenever I put it in. But that's not what it was. So found out my AC clutch went out. So I called my dad. He told me that it'd be safe to drive home the rest of the way. Just my luck, you know. Like, I was super excited to like put the exhaust in. Sounded good. It's kind of driving it a little harder than I normally would, and yeah, next thing I know, I have smoke coming up from under my hood. So called my dad, let him know, explained to him everything that was happening, what would happen whenever I turn on my AC, and how the clutch wasn't engaging. Pretty sure the bearings in it are just shot. So he sent me a link to Advanced Auto Parts. They have a entire kit for it. Actually have it right here. All this inside the box. Probably not going to show you guys. I might show you guys a little bit of it, but I really like to just jump into roller shots. So I just wanted to give you guys an update. I'm driving my girlfriend's car right now, so my Mustang wouldn't be too hot whenever I decide to start doing it here in a minute. And yeah, just wanted to give you guys an update. Apologize for not having undercarriage shots whenever I was doing the install, and let you know that if you want, you can go ahead and skip towards the end of the video. That's where the roller shots are going to be. I ended up picking up 2 more GoPros. Have a total of 4 now, but I left my 5 at home. I have the 3 Plus with me, but it's kind of outdated. The quality isn't there like it used to be. So I have this 5 and I have a Session. So hope you guys enjoy it. I guess we're gonna get all this knocked out, and yeah, we'll see you later. Seems that my girlfriend likes to live on the edge. On empty. I'm gonna get her some gas. You know what's really gonna suck about this? I hate to complain, but back in my hometown, it's nice to go home to work on anything because I have all my tools there. I have a place where I can work where there's shade, like run down car wash, and here I didn't bring any tools, so I ended up having to go to Home Depot and get like a brand new tool set. What else? There's no shade to like work from at the apartment complex where we live. That's gonna suck. But I was gonna try to beat the heat. I was gonna try to wake up really early today, start knocking stuff out, because we start school tomorrow, so we have to be prepared for that. But I also want to get everything like zipped up for my car. That way it's all good to go, and then just everything from there on out is gonna be more modifications and performance stuff and all that stuff. I can't wait to show you guys. But yeah, Shoot, I'm just being a freaking complainer right now. I think I just need more caffeine. If anyone knows how to wing off caffeine, let me know. Let me know. It's kind of getting unhealthy. And I can tell because I wake up in the morning time and I feel like death. So yeah. Alright guys, we're at the apartment now. So we're gonna get set in place. I'm gonna eat real quick and then we'll start knocking out this AC clutch so we can get some cool roller shots. I think the very first thing we got to do is pull this belt off. Unfortunately, this belt, I mean, the belt looks good, but you can tell that there's going to be spots in it that are cracking. So it's probably going to be good to go ahead and just replace this belt, which is fine. I have a brand new one in the trunk. And then, so all we got to do is get the belt tensioner, pull it back, take the belt off. Just remember exactly how it goes on. That's if you're new to it, then if I was you, I'd just go ahead and take a picture of it. I know how it goes on, so I'm gonna get down there. I don't know if you guys can see it with the way the camera is mounted, but there's that part down there. That's the clutch. That's what I'm gonna be pulling off. So I'm just gonna find like the best route to access it, get in it with tools, and then pull it out. Nope. No. Let's turn this off. Okay. Yeah, definitely it. Okay, so I guess this is gonna turn into a whole AC clutch swap video now. So anyways, we got the belt off. This belt is really not that worn. I checked for cracks and everything. There's very small amount of cracks and wear and tear on this belt, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep it for an extra. I have a brand spanking new belt. I'll go ahead and just put that one on, and then I'll put this one inside the box in for that old belt or the new belt, and I will keep it for spare just in case my belt ever snaps. So now gotta get my hands down there, back there. We gotta take that bolt off. Once we get that bolt off, we should be able to remove it. There's a snap ring holding the rest in. Grab the snap ring with the snap ring pliers, pull this whole piece off. Okay guys, so just for more proof to show you why it's going to be the AC clutch, you can spin all of these freely. All these pulleys spin just fine. Everything's fine. But once you go down here and you go to spin this, it sounds like metal on metal contact because it's the bearings that are shot inside there. So once I get this off, I'll show you guys what the bearings look like, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so far I have this plate out, but I was just going to show you guys a little tip about these snap ring pliers. There's this little piece right here. All this does is when you press the spring down, you can pull it, flip it open in order to replace to a different size. I have 3 other sizes, which I'll probably end up replacing this, but to close it, you just push that spring down, pull this piece out, flip it, and it locks it. So just a little tip. Okay guys, so I'm running into a small issue because this is a 4.6 and not the 3.8 like on my Mustang. The AC clutch isn't mounted up top, it's mounted at the bottom. There's not much space to work with, so I can't actually see where that snap ring is. So what I did is I took my cell phone, turned the video on, set my cell phone down here so I'd be able to see where that snap ring's set. That way I could take the snap ring pliers and then put it in that general area until I got a bite on it. So I'm just going to show you guys what I did, and then hopefully you guys can see where that snap ring is also. So I dropped it down here, and then hopefully from this point you can see where that snap ring sits. So that's what I have to get a bite on. Wish me luck. Kind of a pain in the butt. Actually I had to change clothes too because it's pretty freaking hot outside. So yeah, well my friends, after many failed attempts, I finally got this snap ring out. So what I was doing wrong with that snap ring is before I had it set up this way. When you close it, it spreads them open. As you can see, whenever it was already stretched and set in place, it was already spread open. So what I was doing is I had it set to this piece right here, so anytime I would pull it, it would close them the way it was set up. So I was sitting there just closing it for about 15 minutes, swapped it over to this one where I could open it. I was having trouble getting a bite on it, finally got one piece out, that's why it's bent. Ended up pulling it out by hand. Be careful anytime it's metal on metal contact with anything you're working on. You'll end up pinching your finger. I pinched my finger like 4 times, but it's all good. So we got this out. I'm gonna see if I can get the pulley out, and then I'll give you guys an update. This sucks, guys. So I ran into a problem trying to pull the pulley off. Got everything off, snap ring off, went to go pull the pulley, and I believe because the inner bearings are so shot, it made so much heat due to friction, which is why it smoked up, that I think it warped the bearings to the point where it's not just going to slide off. So we're on our way to Advanced Auto right now. I'm going to go rent a pulley puller, and then we'll see if we can get it off with that. But yeah, this kind of turned into, it's kind of a bummer. It actually sucks. This turned into a bigger project than I thought it was going to be. Sweet. So we're back at the car, got the pulley puller. Fixing to see how this baby goes on, and yeah, start knocking it out. Well, that is probably one of the hardest things I've ever done. This pulley puller, the little wing nut looking things on there, I guess they're kind of bent, so I ended up having to take a 3/4 inch socket, setting it on top of the wing nut to where it fit, and I could tighten it down with a wrench, or a socket wrench. I don't even know what's going on right here. This is what I just pulled out. I mean, you guys can see how destroyed that is. I'm just in shock by this. So there wasn't a snap ring holding this in. Say you're facing the motor this direction, it's gonna press in this way. This was getting grounded on. I guess it got heated up. You can see the brand new one in comparison. I don't know what this material is. I guess it's like an ABS plastic. That's how it feels. But the friction burned through this whole plastic ring right here and caused this. So this is everything we're replacing. All of this is the brand new AC clutch. I'm sorry, this isn't the AC clutch, but this is one of the it has to do with the electromagnetic something majig. But anyways, this is the clutch. So this is a new one, kind of rusty, but I'll see if I can take that stuff off. This is the old one. As you can see, there's quite a difference in size, but it's supposed to be a direct fit. So hoping, praying everything bolts back up now. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up everything where I just pulled all this off, and then hopefully we can start installing this. So, I'm worn out, guys. Really just want this to work and get some drive-by footage. So wish me luck. Okay, guys. So it bothered me not knowing why this looked this way. So I took the original pulley. So this is the one I pulled off. As you can see, the bearing seized up. So the only way for this to spin is on the inside of this bearing
say this is my finger, the bearing's not spinning, but this still is, right? This sets inside, and if this whole piece here is spinning, all it's doing is creating friction around this entire plate. So my theory is all that friction is what melted the plastic and left whatever that junk is in there. So good catch. It explains the smoke and everything else. Still a big pain in the butt, not happy about it, but it's okay because it's a learning process. It's nice to do things yourself because you get to learn more about how things work, and you know things are either done the right way or the wrong way with your car, and in this case hopefully the right way. So yeah, so this right here is just going to press on. This is a piece that's going to go up to the block, or I'm sorry, the AC compressor. So we're going to clean everything up, press it on. I'll probably spray some lubricant inside here. That way it slides on a little easier than this did coming off. The inside's pretty nasty and gunked up, so yeah. So I'm going to spray this, clean everything up just once more, and then slide this baby on, get everything put back on. That happened. I have to press that stator back on, so I went to AutoZone to pick up a little dead blow or rubber mallet, and the only way I can get up in there to actually hit it is if I go from underneath the car. So I'm gonna jack this baby up. That's fine. I've always wanted a jack, so it's cool I finally have one. It came with jack stands too. So I'm gonna get busy with that, guys, and then all we have to do is put this baby back together, have cold air, pray, and hope that it works. So let's get to it. So I swapped into some jeans, got some cardboard, got the car jacked up, got jacks under it. I use this to lay on my back, put my jeans on so I won't jack up my knees. Just like that. Now, we're gonna get that apart, this piece of crap, and start putting it in. Actually, I gotta put my boots on real quick. Oh, I hate this. Okay, I think I can actually work. I think I can work from here. Probably not, but we'll try it. I like to make everything really hard. So, bring you guys in. See if I can show you what we're about to start banging on. So, I don't know if you can see it. I can't see the back end of the camera, but we have to bang up into this piece right here. Everything looks really good down here. You know, I looked at the, okay, anyways, let's do it. Let's do this. So, I have to have this piece up here, like so. Give it some love taps with the rubber mallet, and then we'll see how well it fits. But also, there is a certain way it goes on. There's that connector right there. This wire harness connects into. We gotta make sure it's angled the exact same way it was when I took it off.
Just a man in his car. Oh.
This sucks. What's up, my friend? So as you can tell, it's the next day. So it turned out that the clutch I bought from Advanced Auto was actually the wrong clutch from the get-go. I actually ended up having to take out my AC compressor, but once I got the coil off the pulley, or once I got the coil off the compressor with the pulley off and everything, I dropped the compressor, pulled it out, went and got a brand new one from AutoZone. Luckily it was the very last one that they had left. So what I'm doing now is I just pressed the coil back on. I just use a
a dead blow to do that. Ended up having to get a, let me see, an 1 1/8" socket in order to set it around the bearing. That way I could set it on top and then center it up and then hammer on this. So that's done. Everything's set in place. It spins perfect. It's so amazing. I'm so excited, guys. But I just want to give you guys an update. So what I have to do next is install one of these very small bearings, which I'll probably actually use the original. And then after I do that, I will gap it, because there's a certain air gap that you want in between this piece and the pulley. So that's what's next. So the snap ring goes on. So we'll get that, spread it apart, and then set it in place. See? So I got a flathead. I'm just gonna give it a few taps to make sure it's set in place the way it should be. Just like so. There's no more wiggle room on the pulley. Give it a few taps on this side. Just like that. Sweet. And that should be it, guys. Easy cheesy. So now we're gonna go ahead and gap this. Not gonna lie, I lost the original spacer to gap it, but that's just fine because the kit comes with 5 different spacers. So the directions call for spacing of so it has to be 13 thousandths to 25 thousandths of an inch. Now we'll compare these. I believe this is going to be it, guys, even though it's gauged to 25 thousandths. I believe that should be fine. I think I said it wrong last time. I feel like the further you go, so like 25 thousandths of an inch. I feel like that should be fine. 25 had good drag, so we'll stick with this one. All we have left to do is bolt this down, tighten it up, and then we'll install everything back in. Okay guys, as you can see, I ended up just having to buy a brand spanking new compressor. All in itself, it was 191 bucks, and that was without me giving them the core. It actually comes with every single thing I needed from the get-go. So I'll return the clutch that I bought brand new, which was like 107 bucks, and then yeah. Well, okay my friends, I have the car back on the ground. I ended up installing the brand new AC compressor. So what you're supposed to do with a new AC compressor, you actually have to add oil to it. There's 3 ounces of oil in it right now. I'm actually just going to leave it be. I'm not going to turn the AC on, so I'm not going to cause any damage to it. I'm actually just going to end up taking it to an AC shop, because the small metal fragments may have gotten into the other lines of the AC system. I am going to end up having to get a vacuum pulled on it, have the AC system recharged and everything, so at that time I'll probably have them check the lines just in case. There's also an orifice tube that's probably going to end up having to be replaced, and something else that has to do with the filter. But I'm pretty sure that there's going to end up being metal fragments inside the system. No oil or anything ended up even coming out of that old compressor. So yeah, I have the car on the ground as we speak.
got everything cinched up, everything's good to go. I just gotta put the belt on, so I'm gonna put the belt on, and then yeah, that's practically gonna end this video. I'll give you guys an update once I go to the AC shop and see what everything else is gonna cost. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Unfortunately, this ended up rolling into a time where I would have liked to show you guys more about the exhaust, but that will be the next video, so you guys stay tuned.